So a question was asked today about extracting velocity and flow data from a Sontek M-9 in HYPACK. So here we're going to look at a survey that was done recently on the Connecticut River. There's 5 lines. We can go into the single beam editor and bring this data up. And I will open the raw file. And I know that I'm looking at lines 11 to 7. So I'm going to select those files. Under corrections and devices, it's got the Sontek M-9. My MU is the M9. My heading is the M9. Change it to my GPS. Say OK to that. I'm going to say OK, and it'll load up my files. So here you can see my 5 files. I can look at the profiles. Step through my profiles. There's one bad data point here. We'll clean that one up. And now if we look, that one looks good. All of my profiles look pretty good. But for flow specifically, you'll notice there's no button here. You have to go to View, Flow Window, and it gives me the option here to view the different flows. I can change the vector length. I can change the vector width. I can choose how many samples to use. The more samples that I use, the less my data. I can choose the direction, color options by line, color options by velocity, and over here you have a color sample. We can go in and change the color settings. So we could go edit. Let's see, which one will we want to use? Let's use CBET color edit. And my velocities are a lot less than 45. So let's go set bands. Let's go 10 feet per second by half a foot intervals. Apply that, say OK, say OK. And now my velocities are down to 10 feet per second. You can see it didn't really have an effect. But if I right click on it again, let's go edit and set my bands. We'll say most of that looked in the orange. We'll go 2 feet per second, 1/10 of a foot per second increments. Still had no effect. So I'm imagining, I don't know what the numbers are, but that's how you would change it. So in here I can change which one I'm looking at, the averaging method. I can look at the bottom. I can look at the surface. I can look a lot of different places. Now the wind was blowing north, the river flows south. And then I can export this as a DXF from here. I can say I want to give it my directions and say yes and replace it. That's one place that you can look at velocities. The other way that you can do it is if you have a full HYPACK key, you can go under ADCP, ADCP profile. And if I had edited this, I could choose my edit log file. And now I can see there's a bunch of files in here that don't matter. The ones where it starts to matter is 11. The first 6 files were a star pattern that we did for something else. But with ADCP profile, I can now notice what's going on. You see flow in 2 different directions, and I can arrow through here. I can also go back to, you won't get a discharge report because it's not a river surveyor, it's a hydro surveyor. If I go to my track view, those are the first 6 lines I was ignoring. That was for a different type of test. But you can also in here export your DXF profiles. If you're in the profile view, one of the things that's nice is you can come in here and you can save to an RTF report. Save that as an RTF report and ignore your cell phone while you're recording this. And then that RTF report's really nice. You can see each one of the profiles has been extracted. Okay. And if you have any other questions, please contact us. Thank you.